This BlizzCon, other than Friday, I am at work, which is tear sad. Um, I will be helping All Things Azeroth cover the live show for BlizzCon. I've done it for the last, I think, 3 or 4 years now. Mm-hmm. Well, he started stalking me when I was on All Things Azeroth. And from that, he sent me a message one day saying, "Hey, I'm going to start up a podcast. Do you want to be a guest?" And I said, "Sure." And I just never left.
Yeah, there's like a plaque now over her spot on the table that just says, "This spot
Yep.
reserved for Lady Emma."
Yep, I think I missed a total of 2 shows. One, I didn't know it was being recorded and I was at work. And second was just recently, last Tuesday, because I had dental surgery on Tuesday. It's why I still sound a little funny. Um, so I couldn't really speak. So,
Shh. No, yeah, what was it? It's a secret.
I knew that. I thought he was just after my lock cookies. Now it makes total sense.
Yeah. Well, being a gnome, I am very passionate about gnomes. And the one thing that really stood out about Emma on All Things Azeroth was a passion for Rathion. I know it sounds I know that sounds strange, but people who have a passion about something and are just passionate about it make interesting guests. And like in each week, it is fun just like seeing more about Rathion, but also just seeing their passion. And I had a thought and I lost it. But yeah, so it's just like the passion for WoW, but also just the passion for things that. Sorry. I get animated when I talk about it. But yeah, there's like the passion for things that other people might not have seen.
Okay, so all right, Raffian. All right, so I used to be on All Things Azeroth for about a year as a co-host, and he hates Raffian. Absolutely hates him, despises him, and I guess that makes me more intrigued with him, where I wanted more about him, learn about him. And he's actually not really a bad Drake. Yes, he is associated with the Black Drakes, which are known to be corrupt and evil by the old gods. But he was taken out of that situation so he wouldn't be fully corrupted, and he's a little bit misunderstood. Yes, you have to remember like in Pandaria, he was 4 years old. He was still a child. And so he was still learning about everything that he needs to know. And yes, he played games because that's what children do. And I'm really sad since Pandaria, we haven't really got to see much about him. There's like little bloopers in Draenor, and he was supposed to be a part in Warlords, not Warlords, Legion. He was supposed to be in a little part, but the story didn't really go as well, so they ended up putting a different Black Dragon. Now, if Raffian knows this Black Dragon is around or not, who knows? But I would like to actually see more about him and learn more about his history and where he has been for the last couple of years. Say that on term, like where is it going to be in next expansion or this current one? I would like I would like him to be more based with the stories. So depending on where we're going, because obviously we are in August and we're gonna try and defeat Sargeras. But if we manage or not, well, actually, I think that he's the last raid boss, so we do defeat him. I'm double checking on that right now. No, I don't think we do defeat him in the last raid. So, I guess I would see him helping us defeat Sargeras somehow. And yeah, he might pick a side. You know, that's who he is. He wants to be on the winning side. Who doesn't want to be on the winning side?
Yeah.
Come on, if you had a choice of being on the winning side or a losing side, you probably pick the winning side if you can help it.
Alliance for the win.
Yes. So I know, just more stories. See what he's been up to. Help us, you know, whatever big secret item we need to get. Like here, I find legendary items are kind of just like everyone gets them. Who cares? And it's all about the artifact weapon. So I'm assuming some sort of special weapon or something he has finally found an answer for, and to defeat Sargeras or defeat whatever evilness we have to defeat. And without him, we would not have known this knowledge. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Um, I I'd say for the podcasting, I like to talk, and I like talking with people about their stories. And I I was on a couple episodes of Allsing Azeroth, and then tonight I'll be on another episode. And it was a lot of fun, but I realized each week I want to share just my passion for gaming, for WoW, and just talk with people. I mean, it's fun to get behind the mic and just be with friends, but then have it online. So it's just been fun. I've met a lot of people, seen a lot of things. And then it's amazing the avenues that it's opening up by podcasting. So it's one of those. I wanted to do it. I just started doing it, and I've had a blast. Oh, am I still going?
I hear you now.
Oh, oh no, no, I just, oh no, it, for the audience, if you want to see some of the, I would, it's kind of like blackmail. I have a history of like video and media creation from like the early YouTube days. If you search for either the name I want of is taken or Jonathan Bloom, you can kind of see that podcasting is not a new thing, just audio podcasting only is a new medium for me. Oh no, many years ago when I was a young warthog. Sorry. um, oh yeah, yeah. I work fast. When I was in my youth, I would listen to like WoW Radio, and Madras was one of the hosts on WoW Radio, and I would listen to him like while I was like raiding in Molten Core and stuff like that. Then when I returned to WoW, I was kind of looking at like what are some podcasts I could listen to, and All Things Azeroth was one of the first ones that I came to. I was like, I remember that person. I mean, so it was just it became a thing that I started listening to, and then I would like call in with like rants in like a gnome voice. I mean, I was just like to do
It
some
was
things.
great. It was really great when you did that.
It was fun, but like, and then I started to get to know them through their live streams, and then when they brought me on, it just it unleashed the beast. It unleashed the gnome, and I was like, I can't shut up now.
Can you repeat the question? For BlizzCon is basically we do more live commentary. So we, as we're watching it, like we have a couple different people, and they're all watching different things that kind of interest them, or they are more knowledgeable. So if you're really into Diablo, you'll be watching the Diablo stuff. If you're really into StarCraft, you'll be watching that. And then you get a couple people who are watching the same thing. So when the costume contest goes on, usually 3 or 4 of us are watching it, and we try to describe what outfits are coming out, if we know who they are, the names of them. So the people who can't afford the BlizzCon ticket can still get information what is going on. So this is not live streaming, so we're not showing anyone of the footage um, because we're not allowed to. So hopefully you guys can get the BlizzCon tickets and just get our kind of opinions. Like I know for the costume contest, I'm probably a little bit biased because I've been following some of them on Twitter, and I really do hope they win or at least get a good high ranking because I think they deserve it. But they all deserve it. They all have wonderful costumes, and it's the same thing with the talent show. Like we put our opinion on if we really like them, don't like them, what makes them really good. So it's kind of like we're another second judge almost to a certain degree. And then you got some people who are really good at commentary about the competitions that going on, the championships. So that you get those people saying, "Oh, they did a really good tactic there, or they didn't do a good tactic there, or this is what I would have done differently." Especially is when it's like the race of the raids that the usually I think two or top raiders go to see who can finish it the fastest. For basically, I think I can't remember. I know they used to be on Twitch. I think they have a different site they use for all things Azeroth. Frazley might be able to better answer that one because I am really bad at live listening to it live. And we used to record it and put it on the podcast, but it's you have a lot of dead silence in some parts when you're trying to get all this information, and that's a lot of editing, and their wonderful editor hates it, really does, because we all have to send in our own recording. So it's not like it's just one person records all 3 of us. Is there's one recording for each person, and he has to overlap it and make sure they're in sync with everyone. And if someone takes a break or steps away, figure out, okay, this is where their recording is. And when you have like up to 5 people doing this, it gets a little overwhelming. So, uh, let me see if I can pull that up. I know some. I believe Metros is actually going to be there due to the fact that he can't make it to BlizzCon this year. He's really, really sad about that. Um, Usually we have Bimini and sometimes MacGyver's there. Of course, Toasty, who's also a co-host for All Things Azeroth. Fan Death, I don't know if he's gonna make it. I just found out that he just had a baby girl, so congratulations to him. So I'm pretty sure he'll try and pop on the show when he can. And I believe there's a few more people, but I don't quite know until the day because there's so many. There's tons of people.
Yeah, I'll make a guess. I'm going to guess Haster will be there because he's on a group quest, and I think Shattered Soulstone, if I'm remembering right. But yeah,
Yeah. So, and what it is just trying to grab as many people as can because, like, say, for Friday, I'm at work. So during work hours, I can't be on the show, but I might make it for the last hour. Some of us need to eat, some of us need to sleep. So trying to make sure there's always someone on for that time. I don't believe we're covering any of the parties. But I know Convert to Raid, which is a wonderful guild that I'm part of, will be doing a live stream of their party that people can go to as well.
nope.
No, I don't think so. I have him on my Fitbit, and he's already maxed like the minimum requirement by the time I get up.
14,000
So,
for today.
like I said, yeah,
Yeah,
on a Sunday, I haven't put my Fitbit on, so it's not on. So, yeah, it's I think mine has a 0 count right now. It's Sunday. I don't do it.
well, and ever since starting podcast, I don't sleep anymore. Sometimes I don't even get time to play WoW.
Oh. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I have a Google Documents received yet, because that's usually when BlizzCon starts. Probably like half an hour prior to that is when they have started in the past. So I'm just seeing if I have a. Yeah, they can follow Medros or the actual show All Things Azeroth, which I will pull up their Twitter handle because I can remember all of that in my little brain. There's so much. Um,
I think it's
yeah. Okay, so their Twitter handle is at all things AZ. So, yep. Azeroth. Yeah. So you'll be able to find them on Twitter. Once again, that is at all things AZ. And Medros has this website that someone created for him, which is kind of a canon. So any of his show broadcast type thing, it'll broadcast it to all of his shows, including his personal. Yeah, it makes it so much easy when you just have to type out one thing and all the Twitter accounts spam it. So so yeah, all the details when we're starting should be on there, and yeah, he's. Mhm. Yay, Haster!
yay.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, apparently there's like no Diablo 3 announcement, but I think maybe a Diablo 4?
I
Because
can
they're
see
saying
that. Yeah.
six. Yeah, because it's basically they're saying no Diablo 3 and all that, nothing like that, just to throw people off. And and then nope, there's a whole new Diablo item merchant game that they're gonna come out. Of course, there's going to be totally more stories with the Hearthstone game, which I am horrible at. If you ever play against me, you will guarantee win. Unless I have our other co host, Deceiver, telling me what to do, which he's done a few times. He's like, okay, just put your card there, put that card there. And it's like, there you go, you won. Uh, so, unless I have him with me, yeah, I'm horrible. Um, but in World of Warcraft, just the way it's going, I do see it kind of being more space, like a space expansion. Because, like I said, I just checked, we're not fighting Sagaris, and he's kind of our big baddie. So I think we're gonna take the fight to him. Like we've already taken the fight to the Legion, but we haven't taken the fight to him or stopped him for good. Um, this is probably a bit of a spoiler if you haven't done the Argus quest line, but Argus is apparently, I think, a Titan. So just like how Azeroth is as well. So I think we're gonna find more Titans in the next expansion. It's gonna be all about them and who they are. For races or classes that are come up, there is a bit of a pattern someone actually pointed out to me where they kind of go a new class, then, or no, actually, it was a new race, then a new class, new race, and back and forth. Kind of did that. Um, so this time it should be a new race, uh, race that I could see being playable. It's really hard to say. I would love to be one of the little furry teddy bears. The starts with an F. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those. But I don't see that happening. But it would still be awesome because they totally are druids and they could be, yeah, everything. So I would love that. Then what else? I've always liked the cat people from Uldum. Um, but it's too past that as well. But maybe a demon, actually being a demon, that would be interesting. Maybe exactly. Maybe some like a character from Argus or some sort of creature that has changed sides from Sagaris because it's in line now. That they were realized they're in the wrong. Going for power is no always good. Maybe being on a same level field where they can give us more of a background on how Argus, or not Argus, Sargeras is, and that his weakness, his one weakness. But then again, Raffian can probably find that weakness for us.
Well, and uh, uh, going off of what Lady Emma was saying, there is a Sargeras T-shirt in the BlizzCon gear store, so that does give credence to this to Sargeras. I'm putting over there because that's where I see the camera. But yeah, I mean, so and then I say this year is probably going to be very heavily mobile. Um, I'm almost thinking also like remasters, like probably Warcraft 3, possibly Diablo 2, a remaster of those two. Um, WoW wise, either space or seas. I'm putting another hope for either Nomergon or the Undermine, and I have got the playable race. Yes, the playable race. There will be leopard gnomes because there was a toy that turn people into demon hunters from the trading card game. In Nomergon right now, they added a boss in 7.0 for Legion. At the end of Nomergon, it's a 110 boss. Nobody's taken it down, so maybe in an expansion or two, I'll finally be able to solo it. But it drops a toy that turns you into a leper gnome. Could that be a hint toward where we're going? Yeah.
Hey, Frazley, we're still supposed to go in there to defeat that guy. Because I want
Yes.
that toy too.
Oh, good. Yeah, because it's like no one talks about this toy in Nomergon. It's like
You
I
know what?
feel
I didn't even know about it until you mentioned it.
it's one of the people because people don't like gnomes. They kind of shrug it off. Same with Rathion. People don't like Rathion. I like Rathion, but it's one of
Rathion's
the
good. And they did have a race with pink hair gnomes not too long ago. Some people do like gnomes. They
yeah.
just like to punt them first.
And Blizzard, I want to say thank you again for adding that race, and thank you for inspiring people to raise $16,000. I'm like, that's incredible. So Blizzard, you rock. I just nice. Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
Thank you for having us.
oh, yep, awesome. And I will make sure you know where you can find us.
Yes. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Don't forget to eat my luck cookies.
They're gold and free.